Hey everybody, and welcome to Chris's Monday Morning Breakfast Thoughts with me, Chris. Today, we're doing something again different. We haven't had cereal except for our first episodes. This is kind of weird because I always seem to have something different for breakfast. But today, we have pancakes. And these are particularly good because these are Allison's pancakes, which she makes from scratch. So to start off, we're going to put a little bit of maple syrup. The funny thing about pancakes, oh, this is good. I've been thinking about pancakes when we started this, when I came up with this idea, when we had pancakes. And one of the interesting things about pancakes is the stuff you can put in them. These are just plain, because that's the way Allison likes to make them. But I'm thinking in the future, I'm going to do an article where I'm going to talk about what kind of things you can put into pancakes. And I'm going to try experimenting, putting different things into pancakes. Things like, I know bacon works into pancakes, some people do that. Chocolate chips, blueberries, raspberries, bananas. But I want to get into some different things too. So if you have some ideas for some cool different things we can put into these lovely pancakes, let me know. And maybe it's an article or a video I can work on for later on. So I'm going to start off, let's enjoy some pancakes. So we start off in the morning with the news. First of all, if you check our Twitter and Facebook feed, you're going to find that I was just recently took part in an article about Jelly Belly. Well, not Jelly Belly, but jelly beans. It was an interesting article that I was asked to comment about what I look for in jelly beans, what are the cool things about jelly beans, and sort of my general outtake on jelly beans, which I've never actually been asked about before, it was kind of unique. They seem to really like what I did, and I get a whole bunch of cool features, and you can learn what I know and what I think about jelly beans. So check out our Twitter and our Facebook, and it's at Candy Critic on Twitter, and check out some of it's a little bit further back. You can see a link to that article that I posted. The other thing that I've been reading about recently, and it's come up quite a bit, is eating bugs. A lot of people sort of think this is like something horrible. Some people think it's the way of the future. It's an interesting new debate that's starting to happen on the internet. It's been going on for a little bit, but it's the idea that, our population is growing, we're running out of food, and bugs is like this protein source that nobody ever goes into. It's easy to grow bugs, apparently. It isn't as environmentally harmful as like beef or pork, but a lot of people have some problems eating bugs. I've tasted a few bugs. I didn't mind them. I've got a review coming up in a little while where I'm actually got a chocolate bar made out of bugs, which I'm going to review. It might be an episode of Chris, Why Would You Eat That as well, so we'll see that in the future. But, it's an interesting new thing. It's always come up, but one of the things I also want to try, and I'm going to try in the near future, I'm in Cambodia right now, and I'm going to try the bugs here are quite popular to eat. And they really go all out. Like they go from tarantulas to grasshoppers and everything. So I'm going to try, one day I'm going to try and get to a bug restaurant and do a little sort of review video about it. So keep an eye out for that in the future. I'm not sure too soon, but at some point. But let me know what you think. Bugs, would you eat them? Finally in the news, fall is coming, and that means pumpkin spice is coming. It seems Starbucks is the sort of lead thing on this pumpkin spice craziness that happens, but we're getting little hints that they might be trying to bring pumpkin spice in a little bit sooner, like in the next couple of weeks. So you might want to keep an eye on that if you're a big pumpkin spice fan. I like some things in pumpkin spice. My favorite pumpkin spice beverage is Tim Hortons in Canada. Makes a pumpkin spice tea that I absolutely adore. But I'm not a big fan of lattes, so I don't know if I've even tried the pumpkin spice latte at Starbucks, which is the big sort of thing. But I've tried a few pumpkin spice things here and there. Like I said, I'm sort of, sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. I'm not really excited about it or anything like that because I don't have any Tim Hortons near me right now. But, pumpkin spice, it's coming. What do you think? More pancakes is what I think. Pumpkin spice pancakes. Maybe that's an idea. Finally, I'll let you know what's going on Candy Critic. We're still working on our update. It's a huge, huge update. We're just starting to put our stuff in databases and stuff like that. We're looking at a new design, new look, and we're just sort of adding some new sections for people to be able to look stuff up. Like I said, I've said this before, I think, It's going to be a long process, but we're really starting to do it. If there's anything on Candy Critic that you want to see, let me know, and if it's something we can incorporate in, we will for sure. We're definitely looking for ideas. The folks on Patreon, which I'm going to talk about again, they've been sort of keeping up a little bit more on this thing, and so if you want to join Patreon, you'll get to see sort of how it's going. You'll also get to see these videos and stuff before they come out. Finally, on Patreon this week, we're going to be starting to design some t-shirts. And I'm going to be doing some previews of these designs on Patreon, so all of our patrons will get to check them out. Once these t-shirts are done, they're going to get first grabs at them, and they're also going to get a discount on these shirts. The other thing I'm thinking about doing with t-shirts is I have some old t-shirts that are on the site right now. I'm thinking about redesigning them into the look of the new Candy Critic a little bit more, so we're going to be discontinuing those shirts. So if you're thinking of checking them out, check them out. Let me know what you think. But we are going to be sort of doing a little bit of a redesign in the store, and some stuff is going to be discontinued and or recreated with the new look of Candy Critic. So that's a big thing we're doing right now too. We're really busy with stuff like this, but we're having a really good time, and I'm hoping that the new site looks awesome and works really well. So thanks for watching another episode of Chris's Monday Morning Breakfast Thoughts, which I still have to come up with a better title for it, I think. It took me 4 tries to get this at the beginning to try and get the words Chris's Monday Morning Breakfast Thoughts off my tongue. So if you can think of a new name, that would be awesome. But for now, I'm going to finish my breakfast. I hope you're eating your breakfast. Enjoy it, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Pancakes.